Hello, welcome back to another video of ongoing web development series. There are more HTML stuffs to learn, but today I just want to touch upon CSS because that's the fun part. I will first use inline styling to add CSS to the web page because it is easier to demonstrate CSS basics using inline CSS. Inline CSS, as its name suggests, it is added to specific element along with its starting tag by adding attribute style to it. The value of attribute style is a key value pair. It has CSS property is a key and value associated to the CSS property. We will now learn different CSS properties and values that can be assigned to it. Let me open the web page that we created in Chrome. I'm using Chrome browser for this video instead of Firefox because it is easier to see default styling in Chrome. It's very common for web developers to have different browsers to test their web page. I will now open developer tools. You can change the position of these developer tools by setting it to any one of these. You can even change its theme. If you prefer dark theme, you can select dark, but I prefer light theme. Let me now select this link and see its default styling. You can see default styling provided to the element here. Now the default color of the link is blue because its color property is set to WebKit link, and whenever we hover our mouse over this link, the cursor changes to pointer. It is due to this property, and this link has underline. It is because its text decoration is underlined. We can change the styling of the element selected here. When we type color and press enter, we get bunch of options. These are the values that can be assigned to the color property. Notice how the color of this link changes as I change these values. Let me select this, and you can now see style attribute is automatically added to the anchor element. Let me remove the underline by setting text decoration to none. We have bunch of options here too, but I'm gonna go with none. We have different options for cursor too, like if we select all scroll and hover over the link, we'll get this cursor. We have different cursors styles. These styles aren't permanent. These will go as soon as I reload. So let me now copy the styles. You can copy the styles here, and I will paste it to our HTML file so that the styles will remain. Let me add style attribute. Now the style of our link is permanent. You can change styling of headings, images and videos too, but let me show you the default styling which is provided to the list first. The list style type of UL is disk, so it has this type of bulleting. I can change it to any one of these. Let me select circle. Now I'll give this style in HTML file. Now let me change default styling of ordered list. For this I will select list style type to Nepali. You can see now the changes are permanent. You can see that the text inside pre-tag is indented and it doesn't look very good. So let me now change this so that it will be left aligned. We'll talk about margin and font family later. The text inside pre is indented due to this white space property, so let me change it. Let me see which option removes the indentation. So pre-line is the required value. I can give this style in the project file. Now your homework is to open up developer tools and see why this abbreviation has dotted underline and why the text inside block quote is indented, why the text inside sup tag is superscripted, and why the text inside sub tag is subscripted. To be a good developer, you need to familiarize with developer tools and know how to navigate through different elements. You won't ever be a good developer without getting involved yourself. So try and figure out why different HTML elements have different styles associated with it. Now I will introduce you to some more CSS properties. These are basic properties of CSS. These CSS properties are all self-explanatory. As you can see, its property name and its usage. So let me show it to you on code. Let me change the styling of this paragraph. Let me set its background color to light gray. You can see the background color of this paragraph is changed to light gray. Next CSS property is border, and it is specified like this. You should specify the size of border first and separate its values by spaces, and its second value is either solid, dash, dotted, and its third value is the color of the border. As you can see, it forms border around our P element. You can change solid to dashed and the border will be dashed like so. Padding and margin are most commonly used CSS properties. Padding property defines the space between text and border. It is used to push the content inside element inward, and margin defines space outside the border. It pushes an element away from other elements of the web page. Let me show it to you. The text content of the paragraph is pushed inward due to the padding CSS property. If we give only one value to the padding property, it will give this padding to every side of the element. But if we specify two values, it will give the first value to top and bottom and second value to left side and right side. We can specify four values too. You can see the first value is applied to the top, second value is applied to the right, third value is applied to the bottom, and fourth value is applied to the left side. So it is T, R, P and L. Margin also works same, but it pushes element away from other elements. As you can see, the P tag is now pushed 30 pixel away from every side, and you can specify more values to the margin property is in padding. Now these two properties are used to specify the style for font. Font family specifies font to be used, and font size defines its size. Just remember that in order to include any font, you must have it installed on your computer. I'll set it to monospace, and now its font has changed. You can set it to cursive. These are some default fonts provided on every operating system. To import other fonts, you can use Google Fonts, and I will show you how to import it. Just go to Google Fonts site and choose your favorite font. You can select any style and click on embed. Now you can copy this text and place it inside your head tag, and you can specify the font family by copying this. Now you can see the font is changed to Manro. You can change its size by specifying font size property. So these are some basic CSS properties that you will use very often, and you can see these pixels are just another unit used in computer. If whole computer is a graph, then one pixel is like this one little square. So that's it for today. Play around with this code and try to change the styling of different elements, and don't forget to comment your queries. This much for today.